Allowing transgender people into sports is a topic that generates great controversy because it affects many people across the country and because it affects people from both political parties. With it being so big and so controversial, it's important for you to listen to every point of view possible before making your final opinion, because your opinion on your actions could greatly affect not only a person, but a community altogether. I would first like to talk about the current state of this whole issue and why is it so important for both political parties. A poll made by Gallup Media Center in 2025 shows that up to 69% of adults in America are against letting transgender people play in leagues that are against their biological gender. Now, with this being such a huge topic, many state and federal policies have been made, with the biggest one being keeping men out of women's sports. This was filed in 2025, and as the name shows, it bans transgender women from playing into female leagues. Now, this is very important for both political parties for two main reasons. The first one being the fact that sports are one of the only activities or places that have clear boundaries, clear rules, but overall clear results. A victory, a lose, a tie, and that's pretty much it. And many people greatly care about sports and become part of their identity. The second reason, and probably the most important one, or at least in my opinion, it's because many people fear that allowing transgender people into sports could undermine the protections set in Title IX. Title IX prohibits any type of sex-related discrimination against people in any space or activity that receives federal funding. Now, after giving you the current state of this whole issue and why it's so important for so many people, I would like to give you the Democrat point of view and why most of them are in favor of allowing transgender people to play sports professionally. Democrats believe that nobody should be left out just because of their gender identity, and transgender athletes should receive more civil rights, because there are already recorded cases of transgender athletes being left out for their gender identity. The biggest and probably one of the most recent cases being Emma Marquecho. Now, she received a full scholarship to go to Westcliff University with a full scholarship to play for the volleyball team. So naturally, she had to leave her job and move to campus so she could perform well and play for the school. But she was revoked from that scholarship after doing that and didn't receive any type of compensation for this. This shows how unfair this whole world can be for these athletes, because again, she didn't receive any type of compensation for this. Democrats also believe that everyone deserves to live their identity as however they want, and they shouldn't be excluded from what they love and what they've worked so hard for just because of their gender identity. After giving you a few of the reasons of why Democrats are in favor of allowing transgender people to play sports professionally, I want to give you a few reasons of why Republicans are against allowing transgender people to play sports. The first and probably the most important one being the fact that it's just not fair and it lacks competitivity. With recorded cases of athletes having easy victories over their competitors. Probably the most important one being that of Ana Caldas. She won 5 races against her competitors with several seconds ahead in all of them compared to the next competitor in line. This shows how unfair this is because seconds ahead in a race is a huge difference, which takes me to my next point. They think that biologically it's just not fair. It's well known that biologically males in average are superior to females in almost every aspect there is. And when talking about professional sports, even the single tiniest little detail can make huge differences. So in this case, with such a great advantage, the results were clear. Seconds ahead of her next competitor when talking about professional sports, it's just unbelievable. Now, after giving you the currency of these problems and both political parties' points of view, as unbiased as I could, I want you to remember that everyone deserves to live their life as well as they can and do what they love, regardless of their gender identity or their opinions. And we shouldn't hate on others just because of their gender identity. This is a very profound topic that affects a lot of people. And if you're someone that really cares about sports, you should really keep digging into this, because sadly, I'm no expert. But if you really care about sports and about this whole topic, I think you should really keep digging more and more, because there's our lives of people being affected every day without a clear conclusion or a clear result. Thank you.